Hello everybody, Andy here again. The other day I had a great conversation via Twitter about YouTube, as you do, and how it came about was a friend of ours on YouTube was threatening to close down their channel. They put up a video, a text-based video, saying that they'd had enough, they'd been rejected for YouTube partnership, all of that type of thing. Don't know the details, but general gist of they were going to shut their channel down. And myself and other people went to the channel and put comments on there, and then we started talking about it via Twitter, and it started up this conversation between myself and another couple of YouTubers who happened to be over there. A great conversation, and it's always good to talk about these things, and maybe that's why we make vlogs about it as well. And I think thankfully we persuaded this person not to close down their channel, but so many people have these sort of thoughts, and I've been thinking about this myself recently, not closing down the channel, but going over that sort of perennial argument of why do I do this? Why do I continue to do this? Something I know I've talked about before, but it always keeps coming up. You have that sort of crisis of faith, as I've called the video, and maybe what somebody termed it as a YouTube midlife crisis, maybe, and it seems to affect people who've been here for a while. They get to a certain point, maybe it stagnates, maybe it isn't quite what they set out for it to be, maybe they had that partnership issue and they feel that they're not getting the recognition that they deserve. And I'm not suggesting that a lot of people come on here for great fame and fortune or anything like that, but that sort of, as I said in another recent video, that bit of ego stroking, that pat on the back every so often, whether it be from YouTube, from commenters, from viewers, etc., subscribers, etc., it is a good thing, and it does bolster you. It makes you feel a bit better and does give you that sort of sense of validation, and you think, yeah, I'm moving in the right direction. I'm doing the right thing here. After all, we all want people to watch our videos. Yes, we probably make them anyway. Well, most of us, even if not many people are watching because we need to, we want to, whatever. We're doing that sort of conversation. And you never know where it's going to lead. Just because one group of subscribers might move on, you might attract a different group. You might be discovered by somebody else. But one thing I will stress straight away is that I have no problem if people want to get rid of their channels, move their channels, change their channels completely, start making different types of videos. That is entirely up to them. After all, it's their channel and they should do whatever they want with their channel, and I'm not going to criticise them for that. But we all go through it, and I think sometimes we need to take a step back, do a bit of evaluation, do these type of videos and maybe put the thoughts out there into the open. I often say that I use the YouTube analogy and the life analogy. I think we can make that sort of connection. Everything that happens here on YouTube happens in life somewhere along the line. So why would we treat this any different to what we would do our life? And we've all had circumstances within our lives, not very nice experiences, good experiences, indifferent experiences. We get them on here as well. The issues with haters or whatever it might be, trolls and all those sort of people, all those sort of little peaks and troughs that we get, exactly the same as we have in life. So why would you suddenly on YouTube shut everything down and then move on and then get to that point where you might regret it in the future? What I like to think that people would do is take a step back. By all means, we all go through, as I said, these sort of peaks and troughs, and I do it as much as anybody else, but I would never consider, I don't think, shutting my channel down and moving away or something like that, because once you make that step, that's a bold step to you press that sort of delete button on there, delete account, that's the end. That's the end of you as you are here, and all that effort, all that time, all that emotion or whatever that you put into your channel, into your videos over however long you've been here, has gone in an instant. All those videos have disappeared, something that I will tackle in another video as well. Just because you're not here, you've interacted with so many people on here and you've affected so many lives, something else that I will come to in another video as well, without you even possibly realising it. You take that down and it could be viewed as being selfish. Now, as I said, it is your channel, you do what on earth you like with it, but a lot of other people have invested time in your channels as well without maybe you realising it, but all those comments you get, all those subscribers, all those views are other people taking their time. I'm not suggesting that you necessarily owe it to those people, but what a great pity that those videos aren't up there anymore. What a great pity that for a little burst of negativity or something like that makes you press that button and it's all gone. If you need to, take a step back by all means. Why not? Yes, as I said, move away and go and do something else. I saw a video by somebody else the other day talking about the whole social networking thing and how it can become, in a way, a bit of a swamp. And I can see that we're getting bombarded by it. We're getting more and more involved in this. When we signed up for YouTube in the first place, we had no idea, any of us, I'm sure, how it was going to affect our lives. Maybe nowadays people have got a bit more of a glimpse of that, but I still feel that people don't know. They didn't know what they were letting themselves into. They didn't know what they were getting into when they started making videos in the first place. Not just creating the channels, but once you actually get into this type of thing and the interaction, especially with the vloggers and all the vloggerhood and all that sort of thing, where the interaction that we're doing here, just think, I can't imagine what would happen if I shut down my channel and that's a whole side of my life disappeared, because those people that I interacted with on that channel, yes, I interact with some of them on other avenues as well, but it all comes back to YouTube in the end. As I just said, that conversation on Twitter that I had was about YouTube and about YouTube experiences, and as I said, even on Facebook and other things as well, it all intermingles. I can understand why some of this can become a bit too much, because once again, we had a life prior to YouTube. We all had a life prior to social networking. I know that's hard to believe sometimes, and you do sit back, as I said recently, and wonder, what on earth did you do with your life before you had this? We all get into it to differing degrees, and sometimes we do need to take that step back. The same within life as well, and you have to sort of move aside. You're getting too involved in one particular thing. Maybe you're watching too much TV and you get just sitting there vegetating in front of the TV, and you need to get outside the door and go and do something different. We need that type of thing here. We need that rather than sitting in your bedrooms or in your house on your computer or something. Go outside. Sometimes that can give you some inspiration as well. It's another way of getting inspiration for making videos, by doing other things. Some of the probably the most prolific video makers, especially vloggers, are people who actually do something. If that makes sense. They don't necessarily sit here all the time. They're using their mind, they're using their feet and walking about, they're reading, they're thinking about things, they're experiencing things. Because after all, sometimes you need to experience something to actually be able to talk about it in the first place. Yes, we can bounce off of other people, but so there you go. As I said, that YouTube midlife crisis seems to come for me, and a lot of other people have been sort of talking about it, that sort of 3-year itch, I suppose. And maybe, as someone pointed out the other days, maybe 3 years on YouTube is like 7 years in life. So you get that sort of 7-year itch, and it makes you think about it. Because I've been thinking about this particular topic, as I said, for a while now, that sort of whole is it worth it thing. I can see 2 videos that I've made on my channel here, sitting on my desktop, that I made a few weeks ago now. And for me, it's unusual not to make a video, turn on the camera and do it straight away in sort of one take, that type of thing, because I don't bother about it too much. But I just could not get that video correct, and I haven't looked at it now. And what I was talking about in there was getting a bit disheartened, getting a bit, I'm not saying down in the dumps, but it started to affect me, I suppose, in some ways. When you look at the amount of views that you get, your subscriber numbers are going up, and my subscriber numbers are now over 700, and yet my video views, especially about a month ago, were barely reaching the 100 mark. Now, some people would think, oh, wow, 100 video views, that's great, and it is good. I'm not disputing that and not knocking that in some ways, but when you've had video views that are more than that, it starts to make you think, well, is it actually worth doing this? Yes, there are reasons for it. You put out too many videos in a short space of time. That naturally floods people's pages. They don't look at so many videos. People have moved on, I realise that. But if you're getting new subscribers, which, as I said, I am, it's a sort of steady stream of people. Other people are going as well. It's sort of the numbers that go up and down all the time. So some people are leaving, but new ones are coming along. And yet the video views don't seem to change. And I found that a bit strange. And you do put the effort into it, and especially some of the videos, and you think, well, is it actually worth it? And it sort of stops you making them, and you lose that sort of enthusiasm, which is exactly what everybody else has been going through. And I suspect that some people, maybe it's the way they are in life as well, the way that they view life, as to how they view their channels and they think, oh no, it's not worth it, click, let's hit that button, let's go and do something else, maybe reinvent themselves in another way, on another channel, in another sphere, or just move on generally. But how many people have regretted that? I'm sure there are quite a few people out there. I know people who've changed, they've deleted channels, whether it be here on Facebook or whatever it might be, and then thought, damn, I shouldn't have done that, you know, in that little fit of madness or whatever, they pressed that button and then, not say instantly regretted it, but thought, what a waste. Now, what I would say, and I know other people agree with me, if you're thinking about this, by all means, take a step back, think about it. But, as in life, just think what you're going to do if you were to end it. You end it all on YouTube, you end it all in life as well. Think about what you're losing. Think about all those people you're leaving behind maybe as well. But ultimately think about yourself. Think about what you're going to lose out of what you're doing here. And you delete all of that. It's not just the videos you delete a little bit of your personality in some ways, because we all sort of create a persona on here. We come on here, people see us, we interact with people across the world. That is gone. All those videos are gone that you've made the effort and put all the time and effort, as I said, into before, and they've gone. And if only for the other people, just leave them up there. Even if you want to go away, you can more or less shut down your channel, but leave your videos up there as a legacy. I said about this with sort of digital memory bank thing. That's a very big thing that's going to become more and more prevalent, I think, something more and more important as we go along here. Even if you're not here, even if you're not interacting anymore, people can see your videos. I'm constantly amazed. I had a comment on one of my videos the other day that I made in September of 2006, and that video has still only got in the sort of 70 odd views. It's one that obviously I made very early on in my YouTube career, if you want to call it that, and yet I got a great comment on it, and that still happens to me. You occasionally get a video response on a video you did 2.5 years ago or something like that. Someone has discovered that. That video has touched someone enough for them to view it, to rate it, to comment on it, or even to add a video response to it. Now, if your videos aren't there, they can't do that type of thing. So that's just a bit of a plea, I suppose. We all go through these sort of crises here, as we do on life as well, but sometimes we need to take a step back, talk about it, maybe make a vlog about it or something like that, but have a think. If you think you're making the right decision, that's fair enough. I will respect that decision, and if you want to walk away as well, but just think about what you would leave behind. But please leave your videos up there, at least for a while. Maybe you can get rid of some of them that you don't want up to be out there, but leave the rest for other people to see. And I wouldn't be surprised that come the future you'll look back and maybe you'll come back to YouTube or wherever you are in cyberspace or in the social networking world, and you'll look at that and think, well, actually that's quite good. All those things that I've done on here, all that I've gained out of this site, out of vlogging, out of social networking overall, is a good thing. So anyway, that's a long ramble as per usual, but that's what this is about. I know I'm always saying that, but it's true. Anyway, I'm going to speak to you again soon, no doubt. Thanks for your time. Goodbye.